I'm taking a strap. I'm strapped up.
Seven, what was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 240 of the SZN Podcast. I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, guys, you know the drill by now. Please head over to our Instagram page, which is SZN Podcast, or our Twitter page, which is SZN Pod. Link in the bio on both those pages, and that will take you to where we're situated at streaming-wise. So if audio is your steez, we've got the, Apple Podcasts and the Spotify links, and then visuals. YouTube link is also there as well. So make sure you like, subscribe, leave us a review, all that good stuff. All good, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, man. What are you saying?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Another week, here we are. Few bits and pieces on the agenda for this week. Let's dive straight in and go with, let's go to Australia. You know, a favorite of yours, Mr. Kambosos. Could get it off before you jump in and get that off. But yeah, Kambosos. Let's start with the Kambosos fight. He was meant to be up against a guy called Jordan. Indonesian fighter, I think he is Jordan. But a couple of days prior to the fight, right, he pulled out, didn't he, due to an injury. He got injured, pulled out, and they drafted him in this late replacement, an Australian guy called Jake Wyllie, I think his name is. Don't know anything about him, just know he's Australian champ. I don't know if you read Kambosos' tweet where he gave like a huge paragraph as to why he's giving this kid a chance, blah, blah. He's active on Twitter. He gave one, bro, it was the longest paragraph about how this kid deserves it. He's Australian champ, so he's the real deal. He's going to give him a chance. He's going to try and take his head off, but, he's not going to happen because it's his time, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, man. Just looking at his record, I think he already had one loss on his resume, but he's got quite a good, I guess, KO sort of ratio. So, known to be heavy-handed. But, yeah, it didn't really change anything for me. Like, I expected Kambosos to dispatch Jordan and this Wyllie guy, no offense to him, but I expected Kambosos to dispatch him as well. It was actually a really entertaining scrap for us. I don't know if you caught it, but caught some of it, but it was entertaining scrap. I think the first 5 rounds or so, bro, Kambosos was treating this kid, to be honest. He was piecing him up, boxing and moving. He was feeling himself.
Was landed.
Bro, he looked fast. Obviously, you've got to remember, this is Kambosos' first fight at 140. He looked fast. His hand speed looked good. Footwork looked good. He looked slick in there. Jabbing, countering him with the left hook. Landing each time. He was throwing the left multiple times. And it was just landing, spamming it even in portions. Goes to the body. Good punch selection. So I'm there thinking, boy, he's treated this. It's quite clear that this kid maybe isn't the level from Australian champion to fighting a former unified champion. Clearly there's still some gears to go for this Australian kid to reach the levels. But I did notice that even though Kambosos was landing flush, the punches weren't really doing anything in terms of I never really saw Wyllie take a step back. It wasn't really rocking him like that, I feel. Maybe once or twice he got rocked a little bit, but he never looked truly hurt to me. And after those 5 rounds, this is what made it an interesting and quite an entertaining scrap, bro. Wyllie kind of just started to go for it. And you've seen Kambosos slow down quite dramatically a little bit. And then Wyllie kind of sort of thrown caution to the wind early doors and said, cool, I can take this power. I'm just going to come forward and throw my hands. And that's what made it an entertaining scrap for me, bro, because Wyllie came back into it, second half of the fight, and made it competitive based on the fact that I think he took Kambosos' power in his best shots. And if you could see Wyllie, he looked a lot bigger than Kambosos in there, to be honest. He looked massive in there compared to Kambosos. So, clearly a strong boy. And, he just started to throw his hands more. And that's what made it a fight, because Kambosos kind of got, sucked into a scrap, a dogfight. Yeah. Which is what he didn't. I don't think he set it up. He started off boxing him, but then he got drawn into that dogfight, and Wyllie then started finding success once he got drawn into that dogfight. But when he was on his boxing, bro, boxing and moving, he looked comfortable in there. But it's only when he got drawn into that. So I'll credit Wyllie because, you know, he's not been in this level before. He showed good heart. He showed, you know, great determination, and he looked strong as well. So good performance from someone that was drafted in 3 days' notice. But yeah, overall, comfortable Kambosos. Well, not comfortable, but he got the deserved UD. So yeah.
Yeah, it was a good fight. Look, I'm not surprised that it ended up being a dogfight. I think Kambosos is what you can't question is his heart and desire. He will engage home crowd. I think he kind of G'd him up when Wyllie wanted to scrap. He thought, yeah, I could scrap too. And because he's been catching Wyllie, he was thinking I could keep catching him. But yeah, I think that 5th round is when things started to change, and I think Wyllie buzzed him, buzzed him in portions, and Kambosos was talking to him. He was talking back to Kambosos. So it was a good fight, good tear up. But yeah, you start to question if Kambosos has any power at this weight, really, because he was catching Wyllie flush on. He was still coming forward, and see Kambosos get a cut. But yes, it's a good fight. I think Kambosos will give you entertaining fights when he's not fighting the elite level. But against average fighters, against good level fighters, that's when you'll see, good little scraps, and you won't see him get whitewashed like Ademir Haney or Lomachenko. Yeah, there's no shame in losing to them, man, really. So
no, not at all.
But yeah, well, like we say, 140 is full of killers. So I don't know how much cheese he's gonna shake up.
Yeah.
But I mean, knowing him, he'll get right to the bag of tier 3 rematch. I'm sure it's down the line for him at some point.
One thing about George, he gonna get the big fights. Like he's gonna bring you to Australia, sell out a crowd. He's definitely looked to entertain the crowd, I think, with that fight, bro. And the power thing, like I said, to me, it was very apparent, as you said. Catching this guy flush, great shots, pinpoint shots, accuracy, and Wyllie's just walking through. They asked Wyllie afterwards, actually, I think in one of the post-fight interviews, you know, how was his power at 140, as in George Kambosos, and Wyllie said straight up, I've been hit harder. So I think it's quite clear that he doesn't really have the power, I don't think, to maybe keep some of these killers off him, which kind of puts him maybe a little disadvantage. You know, he's got to, rely more on his boxing skills and his grit and determination. It was funny to me as well that after the fight, bro, just based on Wyllie's performance, Hearn said, he basically said to Hearn, give me a contract. And Hearn was like, you're going to have one on Monday. I guarantee it. Hearn said straight away, like, that performance there, yeah, I like you, kid. You're getting the Connie Monday. Look out for it. It's going to be there in your inbox. So shout out to Wyllie. He's got himself, he's put himself in position to get to the bag. So, and to earn with Hearn. So, yeah. But yeah, again, a performance, an opponent that he was expected to beat, Kambosos, which he did. Got with a W. Probably didn't want it to be as hairy in some portions. But yeah, that's boxing. Also, I'm sure you've seen that there's been a lot of needle recently between him and the IBF champion at 140, Mr. Richardson Hitchens. And I think that is more or less set in stone, bro, as the next fight up for Hitchens in terms of his first defense of a title that he took from another Australian, Liam Parrow. So, yeah, Hitchens versus Kambosos, I think, is pretty much more or less there, both on Matchroom. Look, man, he's got the W against Wyllie, but he ain't beating no Hitchens. I just come out and say it, bro. He's not beating Hitchens. I think Hitchens is, in my opinion, we talk about levels. We've said that whenever Kambosos has faced a certain level, he's kind of looked a bit average, it's been a peak for him. I think Hitchens is of that level personally, and I think Hitchens could score him personally. So, yeah, man, it'll obviously the build-up will be very exciting it'll probably be an exciting fight as well because Kambosos will really look to apply pressure. But I think Hitchens has the beating of Kambosos pretty comfortably, if you ask me. But yeah, set it up. I'm here for that fight.
Look, once again, Hitchens got to be focused.
Oh yeah,
can't have the Hitchens you fought Lemos or was it Lemos? Yeah, it was Lemos.
Yeah, Lemos, horrible performance, horrible.
Yeah, and I think in the last fight, again we were questioning. To be fair,
no. The first couple of rounds, I was against Pyro. The first couple of rounds, I was livid. But then after his corner shouted at him, he finally woke up and then he started treating Pyro. But before then, it was looking scary. I can't lie.
So look, we've seen indications of lack of concentration from Hitchens, and I needed to be woken up. So if someone can we've seen Kambosos take advantage of someone's sleeping on the job and not being prepared. Don't let lightning strike twice now.
Yeah,
because like we say, Hitchens is better than Kambosos skill wise. He should watch him.
He should.
If you're not focused, Kambosos will be focused. That's what I think for sure.
If lightning strikes twice for George and he gets 140 belt as well, all timer, bro. I'm telling you, all timer.
And he's gonna talk. And deservedly so. Deservedly so. Yeah. So, but you look, shout out to him. I don't know how he's alive for this one here. And the thing is, even if he does lose, there's a Liam Parrow fight waiting for him. There's
big money fight there.
That's a huge fight.
Yeah.
So look, I see people talking that saying Kambosos' career has been one of the best managed careers.
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah.
And I want to speak on that. I just think Kambosos' heart is he's not a duck. He doesn't duck, and he doesn't. Price himself out of fights. He does make excuses. As soon as he won that belt, everyone called him out because they saw him as food. It's the truth. They saw him as food. And because of Kambosos and pulling off that heist on Teofimo, he allowed us these. He made those opportunities for himself because Teofimo had those opportunities when he had the belts.
And bro, he's the reason why we saw a undisputed champion at 135. Not what Teofimo claims he is. The real undisputed. He still claims it, by the way. It's insane. But in fact, he claims it at 140 as well, by the way. He says Josh Taylor should have been undisputed. So because of that, he's undisputed at 140. But anyways, But Kambosos opened doors, basically what you're saying, right? Yeah.
And it's not, we could say managed career, but because he opened doors, he put himself on the scene. And everyone wanted to run to him because essentially he's food to them, like Lomachenko, Devin Haney. But he brought something to the table, which was heart and the belts that he won.
He welcomed it as well, bro. He did he was mentioning their names as well before they he was saying, I want the Lomachenkos. He said, I want these big fights. So I respect him for that, for sure.
Because now, if he was managed the same way as these other men, like a Devontae, he would have been fighting food. He would have been pulling the same moves that they are. They fought nobody. They beat nobody. They say the same thing. All right, you have to come over to this side. All the excuses we've heard, none of that for him. He went right in there with Devin Haney. Right in there with Devin Haney, back to back. Right in there with Lomachenko. The only person he did avoid was Shakur, but that's fine. That's fine. We'll let him off with that one. No need. Everyone does that, so it's cool.
I said that's everyone. So he's not alone with that one. Yeah, for sure, man. Look, big ups to Kambosos. Just prediction wise, I don't see him get it. But if you're not focused, you're right. If you're not focused, he can upset you. But he definitely deserves some sort of respect, even if he's not the best or whatever, or he's lacking in certain skills. He puts himself out there, puts it all on the line. Definitely a warrior, and he's undefeated on Twitter. So I appreciate him for that. Let's talk about another fight, an undercard Flowz that I really want to talk about. We kind of have to. An upset happened. Sky Nicolson versus Tiara Brown. Now this fight here, Flowz, obviously the build-up was serious. I know that you put me onto Tiara Brown. Well, I never really pre her Twitter before. And you mentioned how if you go pre her Twitter, it's basically dedicated to her calling out Sky Nicolson, which she's been doing for over a year now, right? Well over a year. For ages. Calling out Sky Nicolson. Or it's literally just her going out.
This is 2003. 2003, 2002.
2 years then. So 3 years. So basically, yeah, going at Sky Nicolson, her and her team, retweeting fans, thoughts on how Sky Nicholson's been ducking her for 2 years, blah, 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 blah. Obviously, the fight got made, and we saw that she came off socials after that. She's like, right, cool. Serious. Lock the hell in. I'm watching the pre-fight app, the preamble, bro. This woman looks focused. And she's talking. Like, this woman's ducked me. She's scared of me. I'm going to beat her, blah, blah. She talks a lot, bro. And obviously, Sky Nicholson is, I think, a big name in women's boxing, to be fair. Got a big following behind her, I think. Obviously, this is Australia as well, so she's a hometown favorite in that sense. And to be fair to great boxer, I think Sky's we had her on one of our lists. We had her on the prospect list. We took her off. Sky Nicholson is good. And obviously, a lot of people go at Tiara Brown. Tiara. I think Tiara.
Tiara.
Yeah, Tiara. Saying she's well over it. She's talking too much. Watch her get schooled. This, that. So me, me, Flowz. I like an underdog. And obviously, I'm seeing Tiara Brown's record. Obviously, she may not have had the lights on her compared to Sky, but she's got a good undefeated record. I'm not too familiar with who she's fought per se, but I'm there thinking I can see she's got amateur background as well. She's clearly not going to come to lay down. And bro, did she make sure she didn't lay down, bro? Man, a brilliant performance from Tiara Brown. Upset the champion in her hometown. Applied pressure. It was an odd performance to me from Sky Nicholson, bro. It's almost as if she didn't really... I mean, we know she's a good boxer, good ring generalship and all that kind of stuff. But she seemed quite reluctant to throw her hands to me. And I think part of that you got attribute to the pressure that Tiara Brown put on her from jump. Applied pressure, stepped to her and threw those hands. And it almost looked like in portions that Sky didn't even want to be in the ring that night. She come out and said that she wasn't feeling herself, and we could tell, I guess, but that could just be excuses. But she looked very unsettled in that ring on the other day, bro. And Tiara took full advantage. Strong, confident performance, showed different looks, was switching between southpaw and orthodox, applying pressure. It was, I had her win in the fight. It went to SD, but I had her win in the fight by UD personally. And man, I'm actually happy for her, the underdog. And she backed her chat. I always respect people who back their chat. And she flipping backed it. So shout out to her, man.
Yeah, like, look, I hadn't ever seen Tiara Brown fight before.
Yeah.
But she came to my attention through calling out Eddie Hearn. Yep. Eddie Hearn relentlessly and Sky Nicholson. And early on, when I first saw her, I thought I was confused because she had the fade back then.
Back then she had short hair. Yeah.
She had the short hair, the fade. So I was like, who's this?
Yeah.
And she was calling them out heavy and relentlessly making videos, calling them out. I was like, cool. 1 year goes past, 2 years go past. Then I see the fight's been made.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. And even from, like you say, the preamble, sticking on Sky. Sky seemed uncomfortable with it. I'll be surreal. She seemed uncomfortable.
Like she was in her, she in her face.
In her face. And the weigh-in, walking her down.
Bro, I've never seen anything like this, yeah? The weigh-in, when they go their separate ways, they say, I'm to my right, you're to the left. This woman walks down to Sky's corner, right on the left, to carry on drawing. I said, nah, she is looked the hell in.
Guys, they're trying to put her clothes. She's on top of Sky. Still
she followed her. Bro, she followed her. Crazy.
I was like, yeah, this obsession is real. And the confidence, I was thinking, I might even have the pre-odds and maybe bet on Tiara because the way she's moved, because she's got a good amateur background. She's undefeated, more experience, you could even say. Had more fights. I wouldn't say she's more experienced in the amateur, but then she's had enough fights and it's a fight at the end of the day. And she seems confident and locked in. So I was thinking, let me stick some money on her because it's easy with 2-minute rounds and whatnot. It's easy to do something. It was a good fight, and she pulled it out the bag. So fair play to her, man. She backed her chat, proved the haters wrong, showed why she'd been calling her out, and probably that's why she's been ducking me and all this. But yeah, she done her thing, and I saw her. Yeah, she was super happy with the decision.
Bro, even
against the hometown favorite.
I was listening to we said it before, but when you know, you know. When you see someone that you feel like you got the beating of, and it's like food, you just know sometimes. And sometimes, again, that confidence can be overconfidence, or it might not go your way.
Mm.
But I love it in the case where she's obviously known. Not many people know about her. Not many people gave her a chance. She backed herself. Like you said, 2 years in the making of her constantly pressuring Matchroom and Sky to make the fight happened, and she's shown why she was so confident. To be honest, it was a great performance. And listening to her post-fight, man, obviously all the respect was there towards Sky. She said there's never been any beef. It was just more to sell the fight, obviously, and to hype up, which is cool. But all the matter of very inspirational woman in terms of just, I guess, her story. You know, all glory went to God. I got to respect that, love that. So yeah, man, she's a G. She's a G, and she said she's happy to have a rematch. Of course, she would. She wanted to be in the USA, but yeah, she gave Sky so much props and her ability, and she praised her opponent. And yeah, she just, like I said, she just knew it was her time. And yeah, man, I would like to see a rematch between the two. Sky, yes, bro, she definitely was shaken. She definitely was from I think the pressure, the fact that you've got an opponent that has cut. I don't think she's ever, not only preamble wise, has she, I think, been pressured like that, but I think in that type of fight in the ring, Sky tends to just score of opponents. Really, she has it easy. Boxer move, cooks them from the outside. Like, I've never seen her really be stepped to like that, and I think that's what threw her off massively. That also, that pressure that Tiara put on her in the ring, she wasn't used to facing an opponent like that, and she didn't really know what to do, and it showed. She was sensitive to throw her hands. She didn't really have any. She didn't give many looks, bro. Different ideas. So I think that's what shook her to the core as well. So it's a learning. I mean, we said Sky's. She's only had what? Is it 12, 13 fights? Maybe she hasn't had that many fights, has she?
Yeah.
So, and she's kind of had it all her own way in these fights. So I think that's kind of what contributed. So, I think she should learn from this and maybe go for the rematch where she can maybe show a bit more of abilities and whatnot. But yeah, man, all credit to Tiara Brown. There's no excuses, man. Shout out to Tiara.
Yeah, and look, she's kind of got the bag now. I think part of her calling out Eddie was because Eddie was given opportunities to women fighters before these other lot. So she's kind of got the bag. I'm sure Eddie will be keen to run the rematch. And she's put a name on the map almost, because Sky's become a name, and beating Sky is a huge scalp.
Yeah.
And when you're talking like that as well, you're gonna get people interested. So look,
sure.
I think this is surely her biggest payday, and there's bigger paydays to come now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, big up Tiara Brown, man. I'm a fan. Yeah. But yeah, as you said, Brad, the way she was calling her out, it made you believe, like, confident, like, yeah.
Yeah, man.
She knows something that we don't know, because this is relentless. Bro, I was scrolling for time, and it was all her at Sky. I said, wait, what? There's nothing else on this timeline.
She dedicated a whole account to tweeting about Sky and tweeting Eddie Hearn and promoters. That's what I've known for. I've never seen a box. I'll be so real. This is the first time I've seen a box. I've never seen a box. I see it in training camp video calling out Sky. I'm like, yeah, fair play.
Fair play, sis.
Fair
Big
play.
up, man. Bigger up. In America, there was a card, bro. Let's quickly talk about Fundora versus oh gosh, how can I forget the name? Shardell Booker.
Yeah,
Shardell Booker.
Yeah.
Shardell Booker. But man, you know what you're gonna get with a Fundora fight. I already knew the way the fight was gonna go. No offense to Booker, but yeah, man, Fundora with his crazy limbs, which is gonna go start and pressure him from the jump. And yeah, man, they called him, they call him the Towering Inferno. And Fundora fights the same way every time, bro. Come forward. Doesn't matter if he's 6'5", 6'6". He's gonna come and just throw hands up close at rate, up everywhere. Hands from everywhere. Uppercuts. Just yeah. And unfortunately, Booker got swarmed, bro, and overwhelmed, and he got starched. He got starched, man. From round 2 or 3, he was bleeding heavily. And he just had no answers, bro, for the shots and the constant pressure from Fundora. And rightfully, he was stopped by the ref in the fourth round. No complaints with the stoppage, bro. He was getting fried. And it's so funny because Fundora leaves himself so open all the time. We said it before. He can be caught. Like Zoo was catching him and whatnot, but if you're not of the level, you can get fried by him because he's heavy-handed and he throws a lot of punches. And he's just really tall. So yeah, man. Yeah, I knew he was gonna win.
It'd be interesting to see Fundora with a bit more weight on him. Because I'm looking at him, what the hell are you doing at, what's it, 154?
154, yeah.
What the hell are you doing? Imagine if he decided to put some size and because the way he fights, he doesn't fight like a tall, long man.
Nope.
He wants to get in there and bang.
Yep.
So imagine if he goes up to 160, 168.
Yeah.
And really starts fighting the bangers.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see. But yeah, good win for him. I don't think Booker was expected to win or do anything.
Yeah. The talk is now, obviously, it looks like Xander Zayas is going to be elevated to mandatory on the WBO side. That is a fight I would like to see. As we know, Xander Zayas is on the prospect list. He's been on the prospect list for a couple of years now. Young Puerto Rican, I think it's Puerto Rican, Puerto Rican kid that is good. He's been around for a while now, and he's still very young. To be honest, he's still 21, 22 still. Top rank have been quite careful with him. But I think that was, people are calling for him to get his shot now, and he's been in the mix a little bit. So, yeah, man, he was at the fight. He pulled up to him. So, 22 he is now. 22 with 21 fights.
Not beating anyone, though.
I mean,
easy face.
His best win's probably Teixeira, maybe. But, yeah, he's kind of...
Okay.
Yeah, Patrick Teixeira is probably his best win. But apart from that, he hasn't really fought anyone like that. But he's got himself in position to be mandatory in it. So, yeah.
I'd like to see him mix it in with a few more contenders before jumping up. Well, I guess Patrick Teixeira contested. Who did he face? Castano? Did Teixeira lose to?
Yeah, I think, Castano, yeah. I think so, yeah.
But to be fair, the 150 lot aren't even too active. I don't know where half of them are.
Yeah.
I don't know where half of them are, what they're doing. Don't know where's Castano, where you seen him.
Seen Castano since. Mel is, chilling. We don't really know
how he's been elevated because these guys are sleeping.
Yeah. So, it's either that or, like I said, or Fundora unifies. So those are the two, I think, that options for him. It would be Zayas or unification. To remind the other champions are Bakram and Bud, obviously. So, that's it really on that front. But yeah, good win for Fundora. Kind of expected him to sort of do that. So, yeah. Let's stay with America and let's take a sort of fast forward to next week because we've got a fight, women's fight actually. We've got top rank Michaela Mayer versus Sandy Ryan for Mayer's WBO World Welterweight Championship. This is actually a rematch because they fought. Mayer won their fight last year.
Yeah.
Bit of controversy with that one, not in terms of the result, bro, but the whole. On the way to the ring, I think she got slapped with a can of paint or something.
Yeah.
Sandy Ryan, she got hit with some paint, and she called for an immediate rematch. And apparently, just during the whole build-up, she was receiving like death threats, and there was a nasty smear campaign on her. And she was quick to say after the fight, they should order the immediate rematch because essentially implying that the paint thing and the smear campaign affected her performance, and she shouldn't have been fighting, but she didn't want to pull out. So yeah. So they've got the rematch on now. I don't want to say, I don't know. I don't know if she got hit by the can. I think just some paint was sprayed on her.
Yeah,
I swear.
It's paint.
I don't actually think.
Looks like...
I think it was just paint sprayed on her. I don't think she got slapped with the can and the tin. Because the thing is, I can actually make hey, a tin of paint's heavy. So if you get slapped with a tin, fair enough. But a bit of paint sprayed on you, I don't know, man. Obviously, I'm not. Yeah, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, I didn't like it when I first saw it because she was there taking pictures with the paint on her, like something
Bro.
terrible had happened to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, you could just wash it off, mate. Like, I don't look, man. But she did imply that affects her performance. She used that straight away. So, yeah, man, I don't know. I expect. Look, Sandy Ryan, she's not a scrub. She's good. But I expected Michaela to come through that one. I can't lie.
Yeah. What's it? There was the coaching issue. One of Michaela's coach, one of her coaches started coaching Sandy as well last fight.
Yeah.
So there was that bit of backstory as well.
I remember that. Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, there is some needle. It doesn't seem like it's not the same needle we'll get with AB and Michaela.
Nah.
It's not that type of needle, but there is some form of backstory and beef and stuff. But it's not gripping me the same way that one was gripping me.
No, it never will, bro. Come on, man. It was never going to.
That one was one of the most frightening.
That AB Maya beef was cracking. Real cracking. And they still don't like each other, by the way. They still don't like each other. Yeah.
It was so cracking that the fight didn't even live up to the preamble. If you remember, the fight was good, but it was like we wanted to see these two standing.
It was actually quite cagey in portions, the fight. In fact, a lot of portions, it was cagey. It was very between both of them. Yeah.
Yeah. From the weight, you thought that, Anyway, but
I will never forget, bro. My favorite part of it was when they were both sitting down, and the moment Michaela opened up, AB stood up. I tried to walk over to her and scare her. That's it. The moment Michaela mentioned one negative thing, AB jumped up on her seat. I tried to run over to her. It was too funny.
Yeah,
too funny.
But yeah, even shout out AB. I don't know if you've seen who she signed with now.
No,
you not seen?
I missed.
I'll send you a link to the promo that he dropped. Okay. She signed with Jake Paul MVP promotion.
Oh, she's MVP now. Okay.
Yeah, they done a big trailer rollout for her, so she's with MVP now.
Nice. I know Jake will do all right. He's blessed Amanda, so I'm sure Jake will do all right.
Amanda was there as well in the little trailer thing, so. Yeah, it served Serrano very well. It served women's boxing very well. What Jake Paul's done, we always give him credit for that. We won't beat around the bush. What he's done for women and what he's done for us as fans with the Taylor Serrano fights, making those happen. Mm-hmm. I think there's an all women's card coming that they're about to put on as well.
Yeah.
So look, shout out to Jake Paul, shout out to AB. She's gonna get the bag there. They're gonna do their thing with her.
Good run with Matchroom. Great run with Eddie. Eddie took it. Eddie took it to Undisputed. So great run with Matchroom. Good times, and look forward to seeing how it turns out with MVP. But we see AB active again. Obviously, the whole situation and whatnot. She has been quite inactive. I think she fought once last year. Obviously, off the back of what happened.
That was her last fight with Matchroom. I think that was.
So now we want to see her active again. She's good for women's boxing. So and as we said, she is one of the faces. So big up AB. Cool. But Michaela Maya, Sandy Ryan, it should be a good fight. First fight was kind of close, but Maya I think got the deserved W. MD winner from what I remember. So we'll see how that goes. Speaking of rematches, bro, let's take over to Mexico. Tevin Farmer, our guy. We'll always pick up Tevin Farmer on this pod. You hear him on our intro every single week. He fought William Zepeda last year, I think November time. William Zepeda is highly fancied prospect. And Zepeda was expected to blow Farmer out of there. But it was a masterful Tevin Farmer performance, to be honest. A throwback Tevin Farmer performance. And he really gave Zepeda problems. And a lot of people, even though he lost by split decision, a lot of people we saw obviously, cried a foul over it and said, robbery. He's been unlucky again. And Tevin Farmer, given his style of boxing and in his history, he's come off the back of some really bad decisions in his career. He's had some awful decisions against him. And we know that style of fighter, it can be, what did I say? One of the pods, easiest style to rob. Easiest style in the world to rob. Easy. I did say they should run it back. Zepeda doesn't have to. He's meant to be destined for bigger things, but it's a risk. But fair play to him for running it back. So I'm happy for Tevin to get another opportunity to flex his stuff and show that he showed me something in the last fight that he's still got enough in the tank to hang and give people problems. So I hope he performs again. But it's going to be tough for him, obviously, because given his style, he has to damn near fully outbox a guy for 12 rounds, which he can do. We know he's skilled enough to do, but does he still have that energy to do it for 12 rounds? He gets a young, fresh, hungry, pressure fighter like Zepeda. That's the issue he's facing, because we know he's not going to hurt him. So
he dropped him, didn't he? He dropped him and he didn't capitalize.
Yeah, he did. He dropped him. You're right. He did drop him. You're right.
He dropped him. Once it was once, not twice.
I think it was once.
Yeah. And
you're right. I completely forgot he dropped him. Yeah.
He dropped him early and didn't obviously.
He faded towards the end of the fight, I think, from what I remember. Yeah.
But yeah, when you get a knockdown like that, and it was a good, clean knockdown.
Yeah.
But he's not a power puncher. He's not someone who's going to get someone out of there.
Yeah.
So I think that's what kind of ruined it for him. But yeah, look, if he can go in there and do the same and maintain that, he could get the win. I think last time I was like, Zepeda's definitely won. But yeah, Tevin Shoney still has he always, like you say, easy guy to rob. I think the fight before he should have won as well, and they gave it to the other guy. Yeah, I can't remember. He does tend to lose fights he should win. But yeah, hopefully Tevin still. There was that viral clip as well of his missus telling him to keep his chin up.
Yeah. Shout out to Queen.
So.
Yeah.
Look, we're huge fans of Tevin on this pod, listeners. Once again, that's our intro. He said, get a belt. I got a belt.
You said, get the strap? I'm strapped up. Let's make the fight happen.
Yeah. Shout out to Tevin, man.
Man. I hope Tevin wins, but it's odds are slim, obviously. Zepeda's fancied. He's Mexican. It's in Mexico, by the way, bro. So, yeah, ish. And the legends will be in attendance, I'm sure. Chavez and Deadman will be there front row. So, yeah, man, the odds are stacked against him. But, hey, we've seen upsets. We've seen minor upsets happen before. My man got upset in Mexico. What's his name? Munguia. So, yeah. I'll never forget that one. So, yeah, man. Who knows? Stranger things have happened in boxing, as we know. Cool. Flowz, I think we can call it a day there. Unless there's anything else you want to add. I think that's it from me.
Yeah, that's it in the world of boxing. Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. So it's been episode 240 of the SZN Podcast. Once again, I'm your boy Kam.
I'm your boy Flowz.
And as always, you know where to find us on the streaming platforms. Peace.
You take it a strap. I'm strapped up.
Tevin, what was that about?
Let's make the fight happen. We strapped the fuck up.